morning we went to see some friends out in the Peak District, and it was absolutely lovely. I managed to get a bit of drawing done, which was nice as well. And I felt like I'd managed to balance drawing with actually socialising, so it was quite good. Still felt present in my friend's company, but also managing to sneak a bit of drawing in, which before like my year out, I don't think I would have been able to do that very well. I would have had to focus on what I was doing. Where now I think I've got enough muscle memory where I can kind of balance and kind of sneak a bit of drawing in without detaching myself completely from the day. It's cold and it is lunchtime, and we didn't eat when we were out, even though people were eating. We went to a cafe, we just had coffee. Because it's so cold, I'm going to get into my pyjamas with my big old hoodie that Mum got me at Christmas and have a bit of lunch. I'm going to get my sketchbook out here. I'll show you quickly all the drawings that I did, and then we'll just see where the rest of the day takes us. The ducks going underneath the water and diving underneath and showing their bums, that really made me want to get my pencils out and start drawing them. I just thought it was so cute. So I quite enjoyed drawing the ducks. Also our friend's dog Dash. More ducks. I tried to draw a mandarin duck, but it just kept swimming by too fast. But they're really interesting looking ducks as well. And our friend's kid. I love the little outfit and get up there. And I'm trying to practice drawing kids' positions, like toddlers especially. Their centre of gravity is like, it's so different to adults. So you'll often find them like, I don't know, all bums sticking out and arms sticking out. I think it's because their head, in comparison to their body, their head's so big. So if they leant forward like we do, they'd probably tumble forward. So they're very kind of like tentative when they bend down. And then some more of the kid, and then another one of the dog, which I think for a day being spent chatting with people and trying to be like present out on a walk and in a cafe, I think that was quite a nice amount of drawing. And I'm pleased with the consistency as well. I think these all look like the same kid, kind of. I'm really pleased with this, how the dog turned out actually there. But now my lunch awaits. It's such a cold day. I thought I'd get my sketchbook, and because some of the ducks that I saw earlier are what actually got me wanting to sketch in the first place, I thought I'd take my big messy sketchbook, seeing as though it's still out, and blob some colours around and try and colorise some of those kind of ducks in a spot form, like in a spot illustration kind of way. Kind of like I was intending to do with this yesterday, where I was just going to blob some illustrations, but they ended up being full page musings. But I think they'll just be like, let me show you. So in the same way that these guys are like spot illustrations, so it's not one big illustration, it's just lots of different blobs. I might just try and colorise some of those in a non-formal setting, but just to actually extend my practice from today, just so it's not a couple of quick sketches. Make it into something else, if that makes sense. Right, I'll pop you up overhead and let's see what we get. No pressure sketches. So that was a lovely little session, and you can see how having a big sketchbook like this benefits me and will probably benefit you as well. So I set out with the intention of just doing some messy sketches there and just blobbing some paint around, and in the end it developed into something else. Once I sat down and did some non-committal drawings, I found that I actually wanted to draw more and more and more, and in fact the only reason I'm stopping is because I've got to go and have dinner. So even though before, like trying to get up after having lunch and being cold and just I didn't have any motivation at all, I can't believe how much my attitudes changed just after a page of blobbing some colour down, like big blobs. And I was using these are paint sticks that my sister got me for Christmas, and they're probably something I probably wouldn't have bought on my own because they're plastic, but I've got them, so I'm using them, and they're really delicious, actually, really delicious to work with, because they're nice and big and chunky. It stops you being so precious. So when I'm doing like practice drawings, I will grab these now because they're just so chunky that you can't get bogged down in the detail because you don't have the fine point to do the detail in. And it's amazing just how blobbing down some non-detailed shapes and having a play really got me interested in just doing more and more and more. So these guys are taken from sketches of my friend's kid. I still need to practice getting kids to look consistently the same age, because I mean, if you've watched me before, you'll know I've done a video on how to draw kids and how to make them look like kids rather than look like little tiny adults, and it's all in their head shape and their eye spacings. I'll link that video at the end of this video, so if you want to see that, wait till the very end, and it'll either be in one of the videos that pops up. You know, if you get a video popping up here, it'll be one of those. If you don't see a video popping up here, it'll be in the video description. But I'll go through a few things on how to draw kids and make them look like kids rather than small adults. But there's also a lot of variation in that between making a kid look like a toddler and making a kid look not like a toddler. So in my mind, when I see this kid looks more like about a 5-year-old, 5 to 7-year-old, whereas this one definitely looks like a toddler, like she is. Getting better at the kind of fine detail of stuff like that only comes through practice. You can't think your way into drawing better like this. It only comes through practicing. So if you ever feel stuck in your drawing, either you don't know how to progress in your drawing, or you just don't want to do any sketchbook work, you don't want to get into your studio because it's cold or whatever, just give yourself a small task of doing like a 10-minute blobbing around of paint, and you will probably find that once you sit down at your desk and you start blobbing down those bits of paint, you know, on your bed or your desk or wherever you do your painting, once you start doing those little blobs of paint, you'll probably find that you want to stay for longer than 10 minutes. So give it a go next time you're a little bit stuck, because I forget this every time. And then when I do it and I remember, I think, why didn't I do this all the time? Anyway, I'm going to go and have my dinner now. So I'm going to leave this video here and I'm going to catch you in the next one. So until then, bye.